return on SummerSlam week. The biggest
party of the summer.
Woo! Party!
Party!
Party! How you doing, mate?
Yeah, better this week. I'm all right this week. Yeah, nothing really much to update the listeners and viewers on. It's just same shit, different day. To be quite honest with you.
Same here, mate. Bit boring. I have nothing special to update on. Oh, yes, I have. My All Elite box has arrived, which takes us really quickly, nicely into our first segment. What's your T-shirt of the week?
Damien Priest.
Senor, Mr.
Senor in the bank. I have also got Euroshop are in my bad books.
Again. Did he ever get out of it?
No. So a T-shirt. I've got 2 T-shirts waiting. Well, I did have 2 T-shirts waiting. I had the Cody Rhodes by like Kingdom Come or Kingdom One. Play My Kingdom, sorry. And then I had this, which is I don't know if you can see it. I don't know if it's blocking out. It's 25 years of Edge.
Yeah,
and on the back, 2012 Hall of Fame, 7-time world champ, blah 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 blah. He's put The Brood, enough said. Ian C, totally Rick of Awesomeness, one of the innovators of the TLC. Shaved Kurt Angle's bald, but which never grew back. Slapped John Cena's dad in John Cena's house. Thrown into Long Island Sound. Created the Judgment Day and now they suck. Rated R superstar. Great abs and amazing dad. 25 years. So I thought that's cool because Edge, second favorite wrestler. And then no Cody Rhodes T-shirt, and I'm like, that Cody Rhodes T-shirt was supposed to come before that because that came from America. Cody Rhodes T-shirt didn't. Right. It's coming from UK. So I've emailed them 4 times. Have I had a reply, John? I've had a reply from an email.
Here we go again. Let me remind some of our new listeners. Let's flash back to
brainwaves.
Let's go for a little trip down. Don't you setting me up to say the punchline to that, and I don't want that on the pod, mate. Let's take a little trip back down memory road to around Clash of the Castle time.
August time it was, yeah.
Yeah. Up this time last year, actually, yeah. Where Matthew ordered a WWE belt.
Still not come. Still waiting for it. That one you've seen the pictures ain't mine. That's John's.
And he was having a bit of a dispute with WWE Euroshop. And it went back and forth for a while. And the belt never arrived.
It never arrived. Don't know what you're going about.
And Matt had a dispute with the WWE Euroshop. And their guy's comeback was the greatest comeback of all. Is that you in the picture holding it when the postman delivered it?
To that I answered, no, that was my brother.
How could you tell? Oh, the smile on your face. You were
the first title belt ever.
You got over your shoulder, doing a DX suck it to the postman.
Well, so, you know what I mean? But this time, it's legit not come, and I want my T-shirt.
So what? So have you got no reply?
No, 4 times, mate, I've emailed. I'm going to ring him tomorrow. Well, I was going to ring him today, but by the time we finish this and I've done what I'm doing tonight, then I'll probably ring him tomorrow. But yeah, I'm not happy whatsoever. That was supposed to come before July 13th. That was supposed to come on August the 3rd. So August the 1st, I've got that, and I haven't got the July 13th one. Joke, mate. I hate him. Absolutely hate him. And there's a group I am in on Facebook, European Wrestling Belt one, and they're all kicking off about Fanatics, and now they're screwing WWE fans over in the UK compared to Euroshop, and I'm like, we're not the only ones that think it. Thank God.
They're never going to change it. But yeah, so you've got your Damien Priest one on, and actually the postal leads me on nice. It's mine. I don't have one on today. For one, I've had to be an adult today. I've had to be an adult this morning and go do shopping, so I just grabbed the first T-shirt in the wardrobe. But 2 is after 2 weeks of waiting, saying it couldn't be delivered, my All Elite crate arrived this morning after me phone and Royal Mail kicking off. So if you're watching this now, it'll already be on TikTok, so you might have to flick through a couple of videos depending on how busy we've been. But I am going to do a opening of the box. I know what T-shirt's in there because I'm an
He
impatient.
ruined it for himself.
Yeah. Too impatient. I went online and found somebody in America, got it like within the day or so it was shipped. So I haven't got one on today because I've been an adult and I was going to wear one. Then
Whoa. Stop saying being an adult. We can be an adult and wear wrestling t-shirts. It's allowed.
You know what I mean? As I had to go do shopping and stuff. I just forgot. On my t-shirt, it wasn't the first t-shirt in my wardrobe. I'm not even kidding you. When I say the first t-shirt, I opened my t-shirt, mate, and I went, that'll do.
I decide what days I'm wearing my shirts, and weighed me.
So, yeah, if you want to see what's inside the All Elite crate, now I only get the t-shirt version of it because every time I go to do the full crate, they sell out really quick. They only add, let's say, for an example, 13 crates to the subscription options. So I only get the t-shirt one. T-shirts are good. I really like one of them. I'm unsure about the other.
Okay.
Which I'm not saying because I'm not spoiling it. Because if you're watching this, go and watch. Cross to our TikTok page. It's Wrestling Fellas. Wrestling Fellas Pod. I need to make a note of these.
Wrestling Fellas Pod.
Wrestling Fellas Pod on TikTok.
I know now because I do it on the videos.
Subscribe to it when you're there as well, because we are 32 short of 100, which means we can go live. And if we get live before All In, would be awesome. Because we're there.
John will be going live All In. I will be in no fit state. I'll be there. Whether I'll be there in person or spirit is a different matter. No, I will be. I can't wait. Well, I say I can't wait. No fucking match has been announced, so I'm fucking we're excited yet.
We're on the path to All In now, mate. I'm more excited for All In still than this weekend. I'll be honest, I'm not feeling Summerslam.
I'm feeling 2 matches, possibly 3, because one she can get her head kicked in and I really want it.
One, I'm feeling one, and that's it, and that's because it's the tribal warfare. That's my limit, but we'll talk about it at the moment. But yeah, as we touched on social medias, we might as well get the bag in now, mate, as well, because we've touched on it. So obviously I've just mentioned TikTok. You're watching us on YouTube, hit the subscribe button, the bell, leave a comment. Instagram is wrestling_fellas pod. Facebook, Wrestling Fellas. Twitter, Wrestling Fellas.
Yep.
Carrier Pigeon, Wrestling Fellas. Smoke Signals, Wrestling Fellas. And is Twitter still called Twitter? Or are we back at X?
X! As Booker T kept saying it on the Great American Bash.
Mine's on X. Mine's updated. What is his actual name? It's still called Twitter.
Mine's X. Oh, no, it's not. It's Twitter. Thought it was X.
They've just changed the symbol. It's still Twitter.
Yeah, it's called Twitter, but the symbol is now not the bird. It's X.
Yeah, because they shot the bird.
Oh, there's no need to be like that. Leave the bird alone. Because mine is up there.
So we are
Oh no, it says X there. I don't know if you can see. I don't know how I can do this. There.
No, well, mine says Twitter. You've seen it then.
Yeah. But then when I go on it, it's blue and it's Twitter.
Yeah.
UK likes to get everything as usual.
Yeah. But reach out on anything. Leave us comments. Slide into our DMs if you want to do some collaborations with us.
Oh, okay.
I don't think I've seen much news this week.
No, it's freaking shite, isn't it? All in. I mean, they always put a bit of news I had was just one match that could potentially. Well, there's a couple of matches that potentially could be announced for All In. You had obviously CM Punk came out on Collision, which we'll talk about soon, and then Andrade's tweeted saying he wants to face Malachi in Europe in front of his people.
There's another one that's teased as well.
What's that one?
Chris Jericho against William Ospreay.
What? It's Sammy Guevara against him. No. So what we're going to do is
Saturday away in Sammy in my country, mate. Never mind on my show. And I'm as I texted you this week, and you know I did. I've shared the viewers. I'm on a 2,000 Raw run right now. On the and I'm now going back watching the pay-per-views, by the way. So when they say this,
2000 wasn't a great year for pay-per-views. I'm not gonna lie. I was bored
No,
of Backlash.
so-
Backlash was shite.
so I've done Mania. I did do
Mania
Royal
was
Rumble.
poor.
I started January. The beginning of January's Raw. I haven't done the Royal Rumble because I've watched that Royal Rumble more than I've watched any other wrestling event ever.
Yeah.
Because it's my favourite one. So I don't need to watch that again. I've done Backlash and I've done Mania. Have I done The Way Out? Or I might be coming up to The Way Out. No, I've done The Way Out. 'Cause that was,
No way, it's after Royal Rumble.
is it? Yeah, so
Yeah.
I've done The Way Out. I've done Mania. I'm on Backlash. That's it then. Yeah, I'm on there.
Yeah. So I remember the year very well because it was the main year that I was watching week in, week out. But when I've gone back, Backlash is poor. Judgment Day is only good for one thing.
Backlash was great. Backlash was really
No,
good, mate.
Backlash was poor, mate. I hated it. It's so boring.
Cactus Jack against Triple H in the Hell in a Cell.
That was No Way Out.
Are you sure about that?
No Way Out was good. I love how you're checking. You're talking to me here.
Yeah, I'm still going to fact check you.
Why?
Because
Because at WrestleMania it was a 4 corners match.
Yeah, which I always found odd on the poster.
Yeah.
Because the 4 corners was Mick Foley, Big Show, The Rock, Triple H, but on the poster,
McMahon in every corner.
but on the poster, or especially on the network, it's Rock, Triple H, Foley, and Jericho, or it might be Big Show and Jericho.
I don't know. But yeah, it was Royal Rumble, No Way Out, WrestleMania. And No Way Out was Cactus Jack's last match, and that was it. It was supposed to be done. But then they wanted Foley to have his main event.
You're right. Okay.
I know I'm right. Mate, come on. And then, yeah, so Backlash was poor, even though, because the build up, all of it was Austin returning, and he returned for 5 seconds at the end, and that was it. It was poor. The only decent match was...
I'm on Backlash now. I'm trying to think why I've not watched Backlash. I'm on Backlash right now.
Yeah. Judgment Day was good for one reason. Undertaker returning at the end. King of the Ring was good. I enjoyed King of the Ring.
King of the Ring that year. No, it's not.
Kurt Angle won it.
Is that the one where he goes to throw Shane through the glass?
No, that's 2001.
Yeah, I thought
That's
it went this year.
And then you had Fully Loaded, which was okay for wrestling matches. Then you had SummerSlam, which was one of my best favourite SummerSlams. No Mercy was meh. Unforgiven was meh. Survivor Series was meh. Armageddon was great. It was poor for pay-per-views that year.
I'm doing all the Raws in between, and obviously 2000s when the Radicals jumped ship, Jericho jumped ship at the end of 99, 2000, because the Y2J segment. And I texted you the other day, Jericho, 2000 Jericho, the Ayatollah of Rock and Roller.
Yeah, it was quality.
I want to go on record, and I'm going to go out and say that was the best version of Jericho.
Ooh. I agree.
Because that's the era where we get him where he rips the shit out of Stephanie McMahon. He's having matches with Angle, China, Eddie Guerrero, Hardcore Holly, all the time. He was a mid-carder, but I'm sure that's the point where, obviously, in a year or so, they put the undisputed title around his waist.
Well, they gave him the world title, didn't they? I'm sure they gave him the world title in the Invasion. Did they not?
Yeah, because he's been on a record that said that he was in catering and was talking to like Pat Patterson or something, and they were going out and they didn't see Jericho sitting eating. They walked past and he said he heard Vince saying, "I can't believe we're putting the titles on Chris Jericho tonight."
Yeah. So yeah, I agree with you. Jericho that year was amazing. What was we talking about?
I don't know.
I can't remember either. Anyway, TV this week. We're going to quickly go over the TV.
Jericho Ospreay's match.
We're quickly going to go over TV. we've got a bit of a tier list, which we're going to do dead quick. It's not like the AEW one. It's a bit shorter. And then we'll do predictions, and then we'll look forward to SummerSlam. There'll be no live reactions this weekend. There's going to be no live reactions. I'm not doing it. I can't do it. It's 1 a.m. It's too late for me. I'm 34. I'm ready to go to bed at 9 o'clock. I can't do any more to those guys. There will be a reaction pod on the Tuesday, as usual. There'll be no change with that. It'll just be there's no live reactions coming.
I will probably be up and watch some of it. I'm not putting me body through the stress of because it's on too late, and they're not 2 hour pay-per-views now or 2.5 hours to 4 hours most of them now. So it starts at 1. We're looking at bed at 5.
Yeah. The long now. They're not like they used to be. I will stay up and watch it, but then people are probably going to go, well, why are you not streaming? Because it's so much stress for me to try and keep quiet. Because I've got my nephew in the next room, who's going to be 7 months old this month. He'll be asleep. I've got my sister underneath, the bedroom underneath me.
Thank you.
Come on, can we cut that out? Because I have a very deep voice, so it just echoes around the room. So she's in bed. Got my mum and dad. Everyone's in bed. So it's just less stress.
It's not even that, mate. It's for the baby though as well. If you are tired, you can just switch it off, pick up where you left off the next day.
Yeah, there's that instead of me falling asleep on camera with my head going like that every 5 seconds, because that gives me an headache.
I'll be honest, I might watch probably the first hour and then watch the rest on Sunday. I don't know. Because I finish work at 9 on Saturday as well, so it's not.
I'm finishing at 2:15.
It's a long day for me Saturday. So much.
Fair enough. All that. So Dynamite. It wasn't as great as the week before. Obviously, with Blood and Guts, it's not going to be Blood and Guts.
It's a bit of a come down show, wasn't it? It's a bit of a come down.
It's one of those shows where you just had something major happen, and now you just need a show just to relax, and then the week after start stepping it up because you've got All In at the end of the month, kind of thing. But there was one good match. Well, there was two actually. There was Orange Cassidy and AR Fox for the International Championship, which was great. And you had Swerve and Darby, which was probably the other match. That was probably better than OC and AR Fox. But we had the Cassidy and AR Fox first. Great match, back and forth. I've not really watched AR Fox before. So this was the first time we were watching him. Orange Cassidy's growing on me. I just don't like how he holds the title.
I'm an Orange fan. I'm a massive Orange fan, but I'm also a traditionalist. And I know it's part of his gimmick, and he puts the title in a backpack and stuff like that. I just find it a little bit disrespectful to a title. I know it's his gimmick. For anybody, when it's his gimmick, he's like, I get it. He could hold it by a strap and drag it along the floor behind him if put it in the bag. It's like he's ashamed to have it with him.
Yeah, no, I feel the same. It's like when Roman, I know it's years ago, but when Roman used to hold the US title with it over his shoulder, facing the other way, I'm like, do you not want to be seen holding the US title kind of thing? I know that's not what it was. That's just his character, but it was like, come on now. It was a great match. It was two friends. AR Fox was a babyface originally going into it, and then Cassidy won. And then AR Fox snapped and started beating him down. And Darby Allin came out. Fresh face Darby Allin came out and started screaming at him, telling him, what are you doing, mate? He's just lost the match. If he's pissed off, let him fucking take it out on someone. Cool. So then we had Jack Perry cut a promo. And to be fair, holding my hands up, it was an okay promo. It was okay. It wasn't great. It wasn't fantastic. It was okay. It was better than Ricochet's last week. That's the level. Okay. He kind of took a dig at Taz and ECW, and then Jerry Lynn came out, and confronted him, and said that he'll wrestle next week.
Something got Jerry Lynn.
Yeah. I watched that much wrestling over this week. It's unreal what's going on in my head at the moment. I'm getting our shows locked into one. And then we had Pac versus Gravity. Now, I didn't know who Gravity was at all. I just saw a man in a mask and thought, what the fuck are you? I thought he was just... What's his name from NXT? Exum? Can't remember his name. Yeah, it was okay. Didn't do anything for Pac, really. It was just... I think it was just to get the Blackpool Combat Club and Pac get that feud carry on going.
Mox attacked Pac at the end of the match, didn't he?
Yeah.
I've mentioned this to you before we got going. There was a couple of little nods to Pac, Adrian Neville's gimmick in WWE. Right, we get a match. He gets in his face and he sort of goes, "Do you remember me?"
Yeah.
And that was off the back. I think one of the commentators mentioned it. It's off the back, obviously, from when he was at WWE. He was once called the man that gravity forgot. So he kept saying to him, "Do you remember me?" It was a good match. I enjoyed it.
Yeah,
I thought it was an alright match.
It was okay. I don't know why I've got a thing against certain mass superstars. I just don't know why. I just don't like them. I was a massive fan of, well, not massive fan, but I liked Ray up until around about 2007, and then it was just it was the same shtick. Sin Cara never got behind. Kalisto and Metalik and Dorado never got behind.
I was a fan of the original Lucha Party.
In NXT.
I
liked Sin Cara.
Yeah, I liked them. I loved the Lucha. Do you know what? I think I prefer the luchador style of wrestling. So obviously you watch and listen to us, Eddie Guerrero's my favorite wrestler. He would have been classed at the beginning as a luchador. The same as Jericho went down there and honed his skills down there. So he would have been the Lionheart version of Jericho, would have been luchador.
Well, Chris Benoit, sorry to bring him up, but we're going to bring him up during SummerSlam. Chris Benoit, originally in his early days?
I would say he's more of a technical wrestler.
I know he was, leading into it, because didn't he at one point, I might be thinking someone else, he wore a mask.
No, Eddie wore a black tiger mask in Japan.
Was it Eddie I'm thinking of? Yeah. He did, black tiger. Yeah, he did.
I've always loved Ray. Love Ray in his WCW days as well. And I liked Lucha Underground when it was on. And whenever I could find it to watch, because it was really hard to get. Because it was even hard to get in America, because it was on like one of the million Mexican channels for a while. But there, that's where I would say current wrestlers now. Pac I would class Pac as maybe a luchador submissive type wrestler.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously Gravity, you got your Banditos, you've got
Penta,
Ray Phoenix. Do you know Dom is close to the luchador as well?
Yeah.
I had someone right in front of my head then as I went to say this.
Ultimate Dragon, did you ever watch?
But I remember him in his WCW in the early when he did WWF, when it was like around the same time as Here Comes the Pain, because he was in Here Comes the Pain.
Oh, so when he was on Velocity almost every week. Yeah.
I don't say I've been more of a fan of the smaller wrestler guys. I find them more entertaining because they're the ones that do the. I'm a spot monkey. I like spots.
Yeah,
that's probably what it is. I like a bit of. I'm not a fan of the Zack Sabre Jr. like Daniel Bryan.
No.
Rolling around the mat.
So I had going into all this. There was a match. And I was begging for it for ages, and it was back in 2005. And I wanted to see Chris Benoit versus William Regal. Wanted to watch it because I first thought technically. So I'm always myself. I'd rather see the likes of like Triple H or a technical wrestling match. So kind of like William Regal or Finlay. I loved watching William Regal and Finlay in matches. People were like, "Oh, it's boring." To me, I loved it. I don't know why, just did. So then it got announced that on Velocity for the first time ever on WWE TV, Chris Benoit would take on William Regal 1-on-1. And I watched it and I was like, this is fucking brilliant. And everyone was complaining around about that time. They wanted to see a wrestling match, and they put on a wrestling match, and they hated it. And I'm like, can't fucking win. I loved it. Personally, for me, it was quality.
My taste in the style of wrestling has changed since as I've got older, and rewatching the Raws I'm doing now.
Yeah,
it's definitely solidifying that for me, because back in 2000s when I was watching them, I was The Rock, the Triple H, the Big Shows, the Kurt Triple H, Eddie Guerrero. Obviously they were there, and I liked them, but I was everybody else was tuned in to watch what Dwayne and Triple H was up to that week, or what was Stone Cold doing with Vince McMahon that week, or what was Big Show's whatever,
Undertaker or whatever.
Yeah, the Brothers of Destructions, the Power Trip, and all that sort of stuff. But now I'm rewatching it, and I'm watching them while I work. And if you listen to this, you know I do a lot of my wrestling watching while I work. You're like, does he work? Yes, I do. I am multi-skilled. Literally.
One of us does. Anyway, Kyle.
And I find myself enjoying the smaller guys wrestling now. I'm finding, obviously right now it's the Cactus Jack Triple H stuff, which is some of my favourite stuff in wrestling. But I'm enjoying the Eddie Guerrero, China, Chris Jericho, Hardcore Holly stuff. Benoit's not really done much as yet as in the Radicals. He's had a couple of matches. Perry Saturn's the same, but Dean Malenko's, I think it's coming to the point now where Dean Malenko starts to stalk China.
And he just finished WrestleMania?
I can't remember. I've watched WrestleMania this week. I think I'm on 1 or 2 episodes after that. So
Benoit's the Intercontinental Champion. He wins the Intercontinental Championship at WrestleMania.
Yes, he is. Yes. But there you go. We would have been one of the ones to technical rise. I would have been like, oh,
yeah.
Now I'm like, I don't remember he's won the title, mate. The SS Rios and Lita's just made their main roster.
Yeah, because at Backlash they have a match against Eddie in China.
Yeah.
Spoiler alert, sorry.
Yeah. So SS Rios, he's come out, and I remember liking him when I watched him.
S.A. Rios, yeah, I used to love S.A. Rios.
But yeah, and obviously then you're going to get the Dean Malenko stalking Lita storyline. Yeah, and I'm enjoying it. And obviously, if you think about the people I like when we talk about wrestling in general nowadays, are the smaller guys, the young bucks. They're not the biggest of wrestlers. Cody, I wouldn't say Cody's a massive wrestler. Seth's not a big guy. The big guys to me right now, you've got your Brock Lesnar's, Hobbs,
Reigns.
I do like Wardlow, Reigns. Trying to think who else.
Lashley.
Yeah, them guys. I don't find them matches entertaining. I prefer the flippy flips.
Oh, so you didn't think like Lesnar and Reigns last year at SummerSlam was good. It was exciting. It was good. What's the word?
I don't think I've enjoyed Roman Reigns.
Match was quality though. That's with the truck going on the ring and then
underneath
the table.
That I think that's like one of the only in the last 5 years.
Yeah, that's the only Roman Reigns. Oh no, the only Roman Reigns Brock Lesnar match. It was a 4-way because it had Joe and Strowman in at SummerSlam, which we'll get onto soon. That was at SummerSlam as well for the Universal title. That was fucking mint because it had Joe and Strowman. That was quality.
I've not enjoyed a Brock Lesnar match for a long time, and I tell you what, it really solidified. Do you remember the match where it was John Cena, Seth Rollins against Brock Lesnar? It could be at a SummerSlam. Could have been Survivor Series. It was for the title.
Handicap.
No, it was triple threat.
Royal Rumble.
Yeah, and then he went for a table or something, and when he was outside for ages now. And this is where I realised what Brock does when he gets in a match and he's outside for ages if there's more than one competitor. He was getting gas and air outside because he blew himself up and he was out of breath.
Yeah.
And the camera panned to him at the wrong time because they were putting the mask on his face to give him the air. And I just so that's what Brock Lesnar's doing?
Yeah.
It's like, right. And then John Cena and Seth Rollins carried the rest of the match. Absolutely amazing. And then he rolls in to get the win.
Yeah. Brock Lesnar.
Wow. Yeah.
So we'll move on. Then we had MJF and Adam Cole cut a promo on FTR.
Mm-hmm.
And then FTR cut one later on against them. Roderick Strong came in tried to interrupt it all and was like, Cole, do you not see what he's doing? And he's like, just leave him. Oh, no, sorry. Before that, Cole called him one of his best friends. And that's when Strong came running in and saying, hey, you idiot, what you doing? So, yeah, and that set up obviously nicely for Collision. Then we had Darby Allin versus Swerve, which was probably the match of the night for me. It was absolute quality. Swerve just ace. I never realised how good he was in NXT because I don't think he got the spotlight that he deserved. Obviously with Hit Row originally because he was with Hit Row.
So he went on his own Hit Rows when he came up, and if you look at when Hit Row was with Swerve, how popular they were.
Yeah.
To what they're doing now, they need Swerve. Swerve doesn't need them; they need Swerve.
Yeah, definitely. It's always been like that. Swerve's never needed them. You could tell that straight away. He's just so talented, and Darby's just sick anyway. Yeah. But the match was fucking mint. Swerve's just put a title on the guy, give him the TNT title, man. Get out.
I think that's where it's going.
Yeah, Nick Wayne accompanied Darby to the ring. And then we saw AR attack all in. Fucking hell. That's because it's spelled all in here. It's spelled all in on here. There's a space in between it for some reason. Attacked Allen. It was fucking mint.
He's joined
Strickland's Mogul Embassy. Yeah, which is decent. Then we had Britt Baker versus the most boring women's wrestler I know, Taya Valkyrie. It was shit. Britt was great. She was awful. Nah, she weren't. I'm being horrible there. I just don't like her. I just don't see the appeal to her. Just like a lot of people don't see appeal to maybe like Charlotte or to Bianca or whoever.
She was good in Lucha Underground. She was really good in Lucha Underground, but she
was okay in Impact. Actually, I'll give her that. She was okay in Impact. I enjoyed a little bit of her stuff in Impact, but I think I started hating it when they changed the name to Frankie Monet in NXT. Ugh, awful. Britt looks great though, as usual. And then we had the main event. It was Blackpool Combat Club versus Lucha Brothers versus Best Friends. It was just really for packing for Death Triangle.
They needed
the next feud that's going in it.
Yeah, well, I don't know because we could get a three-way feud there because Mox keeps attacking OOC, and then obviously he's part of the Best Friends. Mm-hmm. Which is technically Chaos in New Japan. So I don't know if they're going to try and do something. Maybe this is me just thinking in my brain. Maybe they're going to do something with the Best Friends and Okada and Moxley and BCC. I don't know.
Maybe. Lucha Brothers won. OC came out. Attacked Moxley as usual. Moxley, somewhere down the lines, either brawling on the outside on the floor or doing something to himself. There was no blood, but he was still fucking brawling somewhere.
Sound disappointed.
At this point, it's expected now, isn't it? Do you know what I mean?
I still love him. He's great.
Yeah. Then we go on to we'll go on to Rampage because I don't even know what happened on Rampage. I didn't even look at the results or anything.
No, I don't.
So we'll go on to SmackDown. It was more of a it was all leading up to the tribal. It was all leading up to what Roman Reigns and Jey Uso was going to do and everything that was going to go down there because Roman was back this week. But we had a very surprisingly good outing from Karrion Kross on SmackDown. The match was short, but he had with Carl Anderson. But they gave him something where he looked strong in doing it. Which is a change because since he's come back, he had that feud with Drew McIntyre. Then he's just been in limbo. And at one point, it looks like we're going to get Scarlett wrestling in the ring, and I think we did on some house shows. But then that was it. I think they had a tag match as well at one point, but I don't think she actually got involved, apart from at the end when she blew something in Mia Yim's face. That was just to do with AJ Styles on it, really, to be honest with you. So we kicked off with Jey Uso on SmackDown, which Roman Reigns interrupted. Obviously, Jey was talking about Tribal Court and what he's going to do. Roman Reigns came out and tried to get into his head and was like, "You're the reason Jimmy's out, and it's your fault. Do you honestly think anyone would listen to you and everyone's going to be your right-hand man kind of thing?" It was really great because the only thing Jay had to say to it all was, because Roman obviously said, well, what makes you think you can beat me? And Jay was like, I'm the only one that's beat you, mate. And that was it. He just like that was it. And it was quite. So yeah, the crowd's just fucking hot for Rizzoni at the moment. So that's what makes me think he's going to
main event. Jimmy Uso. Jey Uso, sorry. Jey Uso, not Jimmy.
I think that's what's going to make him lose. But we'll go with predictions later. And then obviously Roman said the only reason you became the right-hand man is because Jimmy was hurt. If he wasn't, you wouldn't have a chance at it. I can't see Jimmy being the right-hand man, to be honest with you. Now, well, probably back then I probably could have. But looking at it now, Jay's the perfect man for it anyway, to be honest with you. Yeah. Then we had the United States Championship Invitational Final. Rey Mysterio versus Santos Escobar. Now, I know I said I don't like luchadors. I didn't say that. I said I don't like mask superstars. And at one point, Escobar wore a mask. I really do like Escobar, but I like him as a heel. I prefer him so much as a heel. I weren't really into the match, to be quite honest with you. I was more bothered about Austin Theory and commentating. But the match got kind of rubbish because Rey Mysterio legit hurt himself.
Yeah. So I think the excitement. So I think there would have been more to that match. Obviously, with Austin Theory out on commentary and whatnot.
Yeah. But yeah, these he hurt himself. I think he got a concussion. Was it a concussion?
It looked like he banged his head when he went out on the
when he did the baseball slide out, wasn't it?
Yeah,
was that it? Yeah.
Yeah. Or was it when Santos?
Oh, it was when Santos did the
dive.
Yeah, and it hit his back of the head. So Escobar won, which he looks like he didn't want. But this could be the best thing to happen to Escobar. So much as it sounds bad on Rey, because now you could say you could start the heel turn of Escobar on the LWO now, and say I meant it. This is what I was meant to happen, and have the build up of it, and then bring out Carlito eventually.
Yeah.
Very eating popcorn though with a smirk on his face, like with Mysterio, and just made great TV because it made you really hate Theory because he's laughing at Rey being that, but he probably didn't know Rey was legit hurt.
I already do. So
yeah, no, you don't. You don't like a lot of people. LA Knight versus Ashante the Adonis. This was only because I know you can get into your rant in a minute about LA Knight.
Say his name right.
Ashante the Adonis.
No. Mr. Knight's name.
LA Knight.
Yeah.
There you go. I just wanted you to do it. You can do it better than I can. Just like I can do shoosh. Yeah. LA Knight. Yeah. Versus Ashante the Adonis. This has all come about because last week at MSG, before they even went live, LA Knight came out in a dark match and attacked Ashante the Adonis and started giving him shit. It was a nothing match. It was just to get LA Knight on the show. The promo was quality. Promo was quality, but there's nothing new there. His promos are always decent. But you wanted to go in on LA Knight.
Yeah, so I was talking about this beforehand. So on Money in the Bank, everybody was like, LA Knight's winning. LA Knight's winning. I picked Priest. If you don't believe me, go back.
You did? No, you did. I've got it on there.
Yeah.
I've wrote them down.
I said Priest, and I wasn't just like I wouldn't have been bothered if Knight had won it, but I was a Priest guy. And I was wondering, like, LA Knight's good. His promo works good, but what's the hype around him? So I've been paying a bit more attention to LA Knight, and obviously there was comments been made by legends, several legends, about LA Knight in it, and one of them that sort of is stuck in my head was him being basically told that he's just a rip-off of Stone Cold and The Rock.
Mm-hmm.
And obviously, mentioned now a couple of times, I'm watching a lot of the 2000s, peak Rock. Obviously Stone Cold's not back yet, so I'm not.
No, he's not.
But it's peak Rock, and obviously his promos and stuff like that. That promo on Friday night just sort of cemented that comment to me, and I agree with it wholeheartedly. He is just trying to be this generation's Rock.
Okay.
I'm not taking away from him because he's good in the ring, he's good in the mic, he's highly entertaining, but he is trying and it could be he's trying too hard to be this generation's Rock. The walk, the facial expressions, the promos. He's obviously, I know he did. I don't know how much he has to say in his promos, but I'm well aware they don't always write their own promos. It might be the way they're packaging him. But when I go back and watch like Eli Drake time, it's the same. And I sort of agree with Big Kev Nash, because that was the one who made a comment. He is just trying to be The Rock, and it is coming across as a very bad bootleg version of The Rock.
So, me being advocate and playing both sides, I know where you're coming from, because I can see it too. However, if the fans are over and love him,
oh, absolutely, absolutely. But
then,
like I said,
looking at on the other side, other stars are trying to be other stars. Dolph was always trying to be Shawn.
Yeah.
Just an
they're
example.
Kev always just trying to be Stone Cold right now.
Yeah.
They're always,
I wish he'd get rid of the stunner. But
he's going to keep the stunner because he was gifted the stunner by Stone Cold.
I just don't like Owens doing it. I just wish he'd get rid of it.
He did what everybody said you should do. He asked Stone Cold on a podcast, could he do the stunner? And Stone Cold was like, yeah.
So I just wish he wouldn't.
I like it. And I get that, yeah. People will always want to be somebody else. And the corporation business side's going to be, you can cut a promo like The Rock. Let's try and make you The Rock without making you The Rock.
Yeah.
And it is, I don't get me wrong, he's good. He's really good. And I do enjoy his promos because I find them funny. Anybody could rip into somebody and then get away with saying stuff like Jericho and The Rock did back in the 2000s. I'm on board for that shit because PC's too hype right now and we don't get that much.
Yeah.
It was the comments. It was a TikTok I see with Kevin Nash making the comments, and they got stuck in my head. And when I seen that promo this week when he was saying stuff about Ashanti, is it the female? I don't know about hip. B-Fab about liking him. It just literally come back to The Rock talking to Stephanie McMahon, or the one of my favorite promos ever. The Rock's birthday with Mankind, and he brings out his ex-girlfriend from high school.
Yeah.
But don't get me wrong, he's good.
Your ass back out of here.
Yeah, he is good, but it is for me. It is like trying to be Dwayne right now. And I think sometimes we just have to take that, and not us, but the people that write it. The one of a kind entertainers. You're never going to get another of it. Just like football, soccer. If you're watching one of our people that watch American soccer, every time a new player comes through, they're the next.
Don't understand. It's happening this week. It's winding me up.
The next Messi, the next Beckham, the next Haaland. yeah, the next Haaland, the next Mo Salah, the next Karim Benzema. They're not. Yeah. They are. What's he called? Højbjerg. Yeah.
Comparing him against one of the best strikers in the world. Yeah, but I know what you mean. It's winding me up. We won't get into that. But yeah, I agree. No matter what, each AEW and WWE, they'll just make superstars and they'll spit them back out and say this is this era's version of The Rock. Doesn't work. We'll just do another one.
And in case anybody watched this, is like, oh, well, you really named WWE guys like Sting and Darby Allin. They're trying to make Darby Allin just Sting with a little bit more of a risk to him. MJF is this era's Ric Flair.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And if you watch the Cody Rhodes thing, he talks about how there was sort of like a push almost to trying to make him that generation's Dusty Rhodes.
Yeah, it just doesn't happen like that. It doesn't happen. Look at Orton. They wanted him to be like his dad, Bob Orton, and he's not. He was so far better.
If I was going to compare Orton to anybody like an Orton, what would Orton's generation be? But he couldn't because they were sort of together. I would have said he was that generation's Triple H.
Yeah, definitely. And then we had the match that annoyed the fuck out of me all week. Charlotte Flair and Bianca Belair versus Chelsea Green and Sonya Deville. Chelsea Green and Sonya Deville just won the tag team title. So what do? You put them against the two people that are facing Asuka for the title at SummerSlam. Who's winning that one? Fucking stupid. Absolutely stupid. Don't get it. It's one thing Triple H is annoying me with is the way that he's not showcasing the women enough at the moment. It's just the same people. Yeah, I'm not going into it. Bianca Belair and
Vinny's Max fingers are really deep, mate.
Yeah, they are. They're really in there.
If you look at the nicknames that are coming out at the moment, main event Jey Uso, Dirty Dominic Mysterio. That is got Vince.
Main event Jey Uso has been going since 2000. No, 2020. 2020.
Vince McMahon.
Yeah. No, but for fight meant it's always just beginning. No.
No.
I know what you mean. Yeah. And then we saw Shotzi in the back. Not Shotzi. Bailey and Io in the back. And Bailey, Io was like, why did you not hurry up and get me stuff last week? And she was going on about Bailey potentially messing things up for her in the past. And then Bailey goes into a bag and finds a piece of paper with letters cut out like a child's done it, but it's obviously Shotzi playing with Bailey saying see you next week or whatever it was. I'll see you soon. And then Asuka came in and had a bit of a promo with Io, which was absolutely hilarious because it was in Japan, and I always love them two going at each other. Then you Carl Anderson, Killer Cross.
Sorry, mate. Sorry to interrupt you. Did we discuss why Shotzi has shaved the red? I can't remember if we've had that conversation.
I think we did, but no, we definitely did. I remember we did. Yeah.
Okay, well, that's fine.
Yeah, we would have done, so we would have spoke about SmackDown and the reason she did it. But if people don't know, is it a sister? Her sister
is unwell. I can't remember what it is. I don't want to say the big C.
Yeah.
Just in case it's not. I don't want us to be the ones. Oh, they labelled. No, the sister's unwell, and obviously she's having some sort of treatment, and she's losing her hair. So Shotzi's done it as well. The sort of solidarity for sister. Good on Shotzi.
Yeah, fair play to her. And then you had Karrion Kross, Carl Anderson. The match was a nothing match. It was just because of the feud between AJ and Karrion at the moment. But Karrion looked good in the match, considering he hasn't for the last couple of months. He's looked poor. I want him to cut his hair back to a shaved head because he looked stupid with his getting his long hair, and it's winding me up. But other than that, we are gonna get AJ and Karrion Kross at some point, probably in a steel cage or something. They've just announced an event in India.
I've just seen that.
Superstar something. So yeah. Then we had Jey Uso versus Grayson Waller, which was the main event. Quality match. Grayson again showing he's mint and he's good at what he does. He plays the heel perfect. Obviously it was all about Roman and Solo and Jey because Roman and Solo was at ringside with the Wiseman. Jey was obviously in the match keeping an eye on Roman. Jey obviously won. At one point it looks like Grayson Waller went outside to go and do the rolling stunner, and then Jey reversed it, hit the spear, and then hit the Uso splash, pinned him, and then was looking at Roman as he did it. But as he pinned him, Solo went round the ring and went to go and attack Jey, and then it came to blows.
I believe as well when he pinned him. No, I haven't watched this. I believe when he pinned him, you can hear. Well, people said if you can hear or see him mouthing "thank you" to Grayson Waller.
Oh, I don't know. I didn't see that.
Yeah, I don't know what about the match. It's probably saying thank you for making him look good.
Yeah,
helping him put him over for going into this weekend.
Yeah. Fair play. No, he's as much as his character's a dickhead. He's quality, and Grayson Waller. He's a star.
Yeah, he's got the heel stuff. I just can't buy it. I can't take him serious with the fucking SpongeBob graphics.
SpongeBob graphics.
Next time you watch him, watch his name.
Oh, his nameplate at the bottom.
Yeah, and the stuff.
I don't like them anyway. It winds me up, the nameplate, the individual nameplates. The only one that should have it was the Undertaker. That was it.
No, I don't mind the individual
ones.
I
hate him.
But his is literally the SpongeBob graphics. I can't take someone serious that's got SpongeBob graphics.
Not wrong with we're going to have SpongeBob graphics all over this video now. We're not really. I can't go.
I don't mind SpongeBob.
Copyright.
I'm okay with SpongeBob. I just can't take someone that's trying to be a tough guy serious when his name's coming up underneath him with the fucking SpongeBob titles.
Yeah, no, I agree. But yeah, that was SmackDown. Happy days. Collision. Collision was probably the best show of the week. I'm not gonna lie, it was really good. I enjoyed it. I didn't watch
Collision this week is a hard one for me right now. Obviously, you know my standpoint in Collision. I've still only ever watched one match of Collision.
Do you know what happened on it?
Yeah.
Right, okay.
But because of the main event this week, I'm like, I really need to watch it, but it goes against the finish.
Just watch it on that website I showed you. Then the ratings don't even count for anything.
Good point.
I didn't watch because on the one on the website, I don't think it's shown Kira and Mercedes Martinez. Because I didn't see that match. Because I would have watched Kira Hogan, so I like Kira Hogan. But we'll talk about it. So we had CM. No, we didn't. That wasn't the first thing. The first thing was Andrade El Idolo versus Buddy Matthews in a ladder match for his stolen mask. I didn't know his mask was stolen. The match was absolutely quality. Julie Hart as well helped make the match what it was. She helped handcuff. Well, tried to handcuff El Idolo to the ropes, but in the end had Buddy do it. And Buddy couldn't get into the ring quick enough to climb up the ladder to get to stop Andrade to grab the mask down. Quality match, absolutely mint. Do you know what? I'd probably say that was probably match of the week.
Do you know what? I just bad to John Knight. I know he took on Buddy Matthews. Buddy Matthews is a really good wrestler, very underrated.
What did I call him? Did I call him Buddy Matthews?
Yeah. I was just going to touch on Andrade and Malachi Black. Alistair Black and Andrade in NXT was probably the best thing Andrade did. I could probably argue probably the best thing Alistair Black, Malachi Black did. Yeah, I did enjoy Alistair and Ricochet, but I'm not getting started with you. So
whoa! I don't hate what Ricochet does in the ring. I hate how boring he is on promos. That's it. And he's not believable to win a world title. As much as people try and tell me he is, he's not.
He is.
Oh, he's not. I can't see him beating Roman Reigns.
I could.
What with?
A steel chair.
What kind of solos there?
But no, so I'm actually quite excited that they're doing something with them two together because they are in really good.
It was gold in NXT.
I like Malachi Alistair, whatever you want to call him. Because if you only watch WWE, you know him as Alistair Black. If you watch AEW, he's Malachi Black. I really liked them. He was one of my favorites in NXT. I love the gimmick in NXT. I like the entrance in NXT. Mm-hmm. I thought, back to what we were saying a minute ago, that was potentially the new generation phenom. I'm not even going to say new generation Undertaker because he's one of a generation talent. We never hit a replacement. But that was going to be the new creepy, weird character. Because Bray was doing the Bray Wyatt family thing at the time, and I thought it was weird, but not enough as paranormal sort of character. And like the Undertaker had Malachi Black did. He came out lay on what looked like a casket, like stood him up. With his spikes and stuff.
I love how you carry on. Imagine I was blind and you trying to tell me what you look like. Carry on. With his spikes and stuff.
Yeah, spikes and stuff and all these tattoos.
No, I agree. I think, obviously, we mentioned it at the start of the pod, but potentially we're probably going to have Andrade versus Malachi, which, if anything by NXT has to go by, it's going to be quality. And this match with Buddy Matthews was absolutely sick. It was so good.
Buddy Matthews is one of them wrestlers I think WWE kill the reputation of.
Yeah.
Once it took him away from, I can't remember what the tag team was called, NXT with
Wesley Blake. Buddy
yeah.
Murphy.
I think it was Blake and Murphy, that was it.
It was just Blake and Murphy with Alexa
when
Bliss.
they took Alexa away from that equation, that tag team sort of died down, and then obviously Buddy Matthews got repackaged as Buddy Murphy, the cruiserweight division came through, dropped that finisher, mate. Whoa! But then didn't last very long, that finisher, because that was definitely a net breaker.
Yeah.
But I think he lacks mic skills, and then they've put him with Alistair, who doesn't lack mic skills.
Yeah, that and the fact that, do you know, I was telling it to Tomo the other day. I had Tomo, if you're watching, you should be, because I'm fucking threatening you every week.
I feel like Tomo's the most mentioned friend in this podcast.
I always tell him to come on, and he doesn't have a mic or camera or anything. So,
he could just be a mysterious voice in the background.
He can't. He's got no mic or anything.
Skype on his phone.
It's not even a voice. Yeah, I know. I keep telling him that. He asked me the other day. He said, "What state?" Because he was asking me random questions when we were watching the 2000s pay-per-views, and he said, "What stable would you like to see come back if you could?" And I always say Nexus, because it should have gone on for longer and it should have been more dominant than it was. But the other one I'd like to see, it's not one of the most, but it's one I like to see, would be Seth Rollins before the pandemic. And it was Akam and Razor, Buddy Murphy, Seth Rollins. And it had so much potential to be, because he was the Messiah, he was leading Buddy and Azar and Rakam. And it was a legit threat. And if the pandemic didn't happen, that could, Razor or Akam, one of them kept getting injured every fucking week. If they could have stayed fit and the pandemic didn't happen, that stable with Buddy in it, he potentially could have won a mid-card title. I know they didn't mean anything during the pandemic, because let's face it, no title did in the pandemic by the WWE, which was held by Drew. And the women's, because it was held by Bayley as well, and she made that relevant. But other than that, that's when I thought it was peak Buddy for me. I loved him in that stable with, obviously, dating Rey Mysterio, or whatever it was. I didn't like that bit. But
whoa! No, that never happened.
Oh shit, that didn't happen. Sorry. No, that's. No, do you know what that was? That was a soap opera my mum was watching the other day. That was sorry. So Buddy Matthews could have been so much more. But
just to answer that question, just because it's in my head now, the Shield. I will pick the Shield over any other faction. I just love the Shield. Early Shield, not the Shield we got when they got back together.
Yeah, no, that's
early Shield where
when factions break up, they should never get back together. It's like a relationship.
I think the situation that happened with Roman in his personal life.
No, but I mean, like in general, they should never get back together because it's just shocking. It's just awful. Darby Allin versus I hate Japanese wrestlers because I can't pronounce them. Minoru Suzuki. I didn't enjoy it. I don't enjoy the Japanese style wrestling. I don't enjoy him at all.
Was that on this week? Yeah, I thought that was an old. I've seen that floating about the online world. Yeah, I thought that was like an old match that I forgot that happened.
No, it was unannounced. It wasn't advertised or anything. The crowd popped for Suzuki when he came out. I just don't. Bleacher Report gave it a B. I don't enjoy Japanese wrestling, so I don't enjoy him either.
I think I know I'm watching this evening after I've done here.
Yeah, and then we have Samoa Joe versus Gravity. Oh, sorry, Darby Allin won that match. Samoa Joe versus Gravity. Wild guess who won that better. One. Bleacher Report gave it a C. And said it was Gravity was just doing taunts like he's a 90s WWF wrestler. And Joe doing the walkway spot while mimicking Gravity's walk was hilarious, it was fucking funny. So you just go and watch it for Joe. That's the only reason you need to watch that match. Then you had the Guns and Juice Robinson versus Vikingo, Martin and Andretti. Is that how I
I'm
said
just
it?
going back up, just putting it back on record again, just in case you hear me. The Gun Club has the best entrance right now.
Yeah,
No
they
one's
do.
got better entrance than the Gun Club right now.
What, as a whole? Or just in AW?
I mean, let me think of my response here. Hang on. All right, they're up there with Cody's and Seth's.
I'm going to say Judgment Day because it's my favourite band singing it, and Edge. But that's just because it's my favourite band. That's the only reason. Rhea Ripley's theme's sick as well by Motionless in White. Before that, though, we had CM Punk coming out.
I mean, when I say the entrance, I mean the whole
The whole gimmick of it all.
the whole staging, the whole show
fair
of
play.
the entrance.
Before we get into that match, though, CM Punk came out. Your best mate. He came, Tony Schiavone, because he just can't leave things alone, came to the ring. He took his headphones off. If you can't, on YouTube, you'll be able to see it. On Spotify, you won't be able to, but he took it. That's why you could hear myself a little bit then. He came out. Tony really wanted to know what was in the bag. Like, we didn't know, Tony, you twat.
I would say I'd give you a meme to insert here. Do the 7. What's in the box meme from 7.
Right. Okay.
He's like, what's in the box? But it doesn't make sense because he has a bag.
Yeah.
I have watched this bit, by the way.
Yeah, he spoke about Ricky Starks first and said he's not mad that Ricky Starks beat him twice. By the way, CM Punk's not won since he came back. Just saying. Oh, did he win his first match, actually?
Yeah, he's won when
he won the one with FTR, won it. Yeah, that's the only match he's won. Let's just put that out there. It's the only match he's won. So why is he not coming out shot? Tony Khan, answer me this. Ricky Stark. He mentioned Ricky Stark, and he mentioned that's probably wrong. Actually, he's probably beat someone somewhere down the line. I just forgot because he's forgetful. And so he's not. He's just disappointed in him because he's cheated to win. Like CM Punk's never cheated to win. Anyway, and then he said, "What's in the bag?" It's not the WWE title because he didn't run away with that in the end. He brought that back.
It wasn't his packed lunch.
It wasn't his packed lunch. It wasn't the Intercontinental Championship. It wasn't tag team. It was the AEW.
It wasn't his dummy either.
It was
He lost that a little while back when he spat out at the Elite.
Unfortunately, it wasn't AJ Lee either because she's not on TV, unfortunately. But it was the AEW World Heavyweight Championship. It was the pretend one from AEWshop.com because
they don't sell him.
MJF's the real fan, real champion. And he said, until no one has pinned me, no one submitted me, so until someone does, this is mine. And he sprays paint, which is so disrespectful to it. Sprays paint an X on the front of it, saying, this is my symbol, this means I'm better than you. And then spoke about someone nicking his, well, we know who it was, but nicked his catchphrase of, I'm the best in the world.
And
then,
where have I seen a rebellious wrestler spray paint a belt before?
I've seen loads. Hulk Hogan, he's racist.
Kevin Nash, Scott Hall.
I'm sure someone else has done it in WWE. I just can't think off the top of my head. Has DX done it?
I'm sure he did it with the green spray.
Nah, Triple H wouldn't have sprayed a championship.
I'm sure that at one point they were spray painting.
Triple H won't do anything wrong.
It might not have been Triple H doing it. It might have been one of the other members.
Yeah. But anyway, he sprayed it with an X and said, "This is my logo. This means I'm better than you. I'm going to stop being nice." Yeah. The promo itself, if it was from anyone else, I would have gone, "That's a fucking good promo. Well done." Because it came from him, it wasn't a good promo. It was awful, and I hated it. It was shit.
Right, and I just want to go out on a limb. There's a lot of things online about where he crossed the X.
Okay, by the way, I just realised. By the way, there'll probably be a new title sequence here. Is John's CM Punk chat of the week.
If you want, but I'm actually defending him now.
Oh wow!
Well, I'm not. I am.
Wow, things are changing. He might actually stay for his match at All In. Go on.
No, I'm not. So I've seen a lot of people online. Oh, he spray painted the title and he made sure that it crossed right through the E. Didn't touch the A or the W. I know, but it met right in the middle. Bosh on the E. Yeah. Now I'm a sucker for symmetry and OCD and stuff like that, and I'm a bit of an artist. If you haven't seen, if you go, no, I'm not sharing my artist. I might share my Instagram page. We'll see. You've seen my work, so you know what I'm about.
The logo. Well, hang on. Sorry, the logo for the Wrestling Fellas was made by yourself before I changed the writing on it, but the actual thing's still there. Me and you is done by you.
So the cross meets on the E, which we all know the E stands for elite, all elite wrestling. And if you didn't know that,
exciting wrestling.
You've been living under Patrick Starr's rock. And obviously all the online marks, and I'm a big anti CM Punk, pro elite. I'm like, well, he did that on purpose. No, it's symmetry of an X. He has gone one corner to another, and that just happens to be the central point on the front of that belt.
Yeah, but he could have done it above it. And just done a small X.
The E is the bang on centre part.
He could have just done a small X above it. Why?
That was like going back to the 90s, mate, and saying the NWO. Just spray in the corner, NWO. Underneath it, NWO. No, he's made a statement. But it's to make a statement, and he's done it right through across the main belt. He's not purposely done the E because it's the elite.
Do you know that's copyright that actually to the X, the app?
Oh, not really, because the X app's a little bit chunkier on one side.
Why are you sticking up for CM Punk? Oh, you're changing. I don't like this. You change. You're different, John.
Hang on a minute. I can fix this.
Go on.
CM Spunk.
No, that's not changing anything. You're still his fan. I can't believe
it.
I
am not defending.
He's defending CM Punk. Everyone, I'm shouting out my window now.
I just hate.
Yeah, stupid, isn't it?
Toxic wrestling fans who just want to see him to try and caught up it. They're probably not even wrestling fans. They're probably just like.
Well, we just want a bit of clout.
Yeah, like I'm gonna say this and really point this out and make a big hoo-ha about it because then it's gonna create retweets, stitches on TikTok and piss off. You bore me. You bore me.
That was the CM Punk rank for the week. Oh, we're getting more.
I haven't got anything in the bag from this week from him. He hasn't.
Cool.
And annoyingly, his promo.
Oh, in the bag. I like that. That's good. That because he had the title in the bag.
Obviously, his promo pissed me off because he's not the champion. His belt got vacated
because he's better than you, baby.
He's right. Absolutely. Because we're going to get to the best.
1 hour later.
Best active tag team this week. In a moment.
Fair play. Yeah, I'd go with that. Kira Hogan versus Mercedes Martinez. I didn't even watch the match. I didn't know it was there, which I'm really upset about because I really like Kira Hogan.
I'll sort the AEW stuff pack thing out we spoke about last week. I don't know if we talked about it on the pod or I'll sort that out tonight, mate, and you can get caught up on it if you want.
Yeah.
But that's our logistics afterwards.
And then we had the best tag team match this week.
Featuring one of the best tag teams of all time and FTR.
And currently. Oh. So.
No, let me just clear it up because people are going to like, what's he saying? FTR is one of the best tag teams of all time and one of the best tag teams at the moment. Better than you, baby.
Anyway. It was fucking mint. It was so good. But all four are mint, all four are mint anyway. So you just expect it to be that good.
I woke up on Sunday morning to your text message.
So I was about to get on. I was worrying my way how to bring that text message in. So I watched the match. I woke up and I watched the match, and then I texted John after it saying, "What did I text you saying? Is it still best buddies or something like that?"
Yeah, it was so funny. It was very like, if anybody else has seen the text message, like, what are they two texting? But I knew.
Oh, the bromance lives on better than you, baby.
And then, so Matt gets up a lot earlier than I do. I'm one of these really lazy people.
Honestly, it's good, mate.
But I'm a bad sleeper, and when I do fall asleep, I sleep all day. So when I get up and I'm half asleep, and sometimes I wake up and I go back to sleep, and I check my phone when I wake up and I'm half asleep. And I remember just opening my eye, and I was like, because this eye always opens first, because this one's still got something wrong with it. So I'm like, nice.
Honest to God. I watched the match and I was like, I'm texting John because he thought he was going to turn in as soon as after, and he's not. I'm so happy it's not happened.
If go back and watch, I wasn't like, oh, I don't want him to turn on it. I want them to stay together. Yeah. I'm sort of feeling a little bit more comfortable and confident about buying a Better Than You Baby t-shirt right now.
So we'll get onto that in a minute because it's a fortune. It was a quality match, back and forth. Obviously, FTR, the probably top 3 best tag teams ever in professional wrestling. They
are probably, and you know how much I'm a Young Bucks guy, they are probably right now the best tag team out there right now.
Yeah, I agree.
Forever. Of all time, I could argue, because I'm a big it's about to say, I want to say Legions of Doom, but I think that's the wrong name for them.
LOD. Legion of Doom.
LOD. Yeah, I'm a big LOD fan. I was an LOD fan when I was a kid. Dudley's. Can't take away what Dudley's did, mate.
That's why the third. This is exactly what I've got. LOD, Dudley's, FTR. Usos underneath them. And on New Day, they're Usos.
So right now, obviously, because the Usos don't exist as a tag team right now, haven't done properly for a while as such, they've been part of the bloodline. We've only had a handful of Uso matches. Obviously, we've had more recent because of WrestleMania. New Day, we haven't had New Day for nearly a year, I don't think now. We've got to be coming towards that year mark.
December, wasn't it?
It feels like a year. So they've been a wall. Matt and Jeff just don't cut it as they used to. Nick and Matt are up there. If you go on the current, I go FTR, Nick and Matt.
Okay.
But yeah, FTR definitely going to go down in history as one of the greatest tag teams of all time.
Well, yeah.
Shadow of a doubt.
Yeah, there's no doubt
about it. Till DIY returns.
Yeah, until DIY return. I hope. Well, Johnny Gargano's not been seen in time.
Too busy printing the DIY t-shirts.
Yeah, that's what it is. Not too busy in Comic-Con where he was pictured this weekend. So yeah, it was a quality match. No, I'm just saying, it's not printed t-shirts. He's at Comic-Con. That's what he's doing. Yeah, it was FTR won. Obviously, we knew FTR were going to win, and we all thought we were going to get the turn that was going to break our hearts. Cole turned his back and gave MJF a chance to turn on him. MJF didn't do it. They hugged. MJF cried after the match about having a friend, and he's never had one before properly. Yeah.
Well, I have seen a little rumor this week.
So
I'm hoping this rumor doesn't come true. So
it will be coming, because obviously they're not. I don't call MJF.
It's not going to last
very
forever.
soon.
It's not going to last forever. Let's be honest. Nothing this good, unless Tony Khan doesn't take another leaf out of Vince McMahon's book of having something good and going, well, it's that good. It's selling t-shirt. Fuck it. Let's just break it up. But yeah, it's going to come to an end. I read somewhere this week MJF's original tag team partner from back in his days before AEW is ready to return to the ring from lymphoma. It's some sort of serious illness.
All right.
And
Who is it?
I can't remember, mate. I think it's a complete indie scene, mate, over there. That I don't know. I could probably find the article or dig deep enough. And the article read that apparently Tony Khan's potentially interested in him to bring him back to link him back up with Max, but don't. Just leave him with Bebe.
Yeah, that makes sense for Roderick Strong getting involved though, as well.
Yeah, well, could we get Kyle O'Reilly, Roderick Strong against the Devil and Bebe?
Potentially. Potentially.
What about the Fish?
No, he stays as far away from it as possible. You know, he'd be injured anyway, walking to the ring. Raw. Did you watch Raw last night?
I watched the Cody Rhodes documentary instead.
I did not watch Raw either. I watched the highlights again because it just seems to be the way at the moment. I'm turning into you and watching AEW and just watching highlights of Raw and SmackDown. I don't like this. This is weird. The show opened with Logan Paul, your favourite person. By the way, Logan and KSI, if you want to sponsor us with Prime, I drink it non-stop. Please, can you?
What did I say last week?
I don't care. I want money. Get
that out of the screen so we get it on. Money. So we get the money. Get that out of the
Logan
screen.
Paul. Logan Paul.
Do you know the best thing about it? I don't know if you could see what it was on your screen, but you couldn't see anything on my screen.
Could you not see it? No, I don't think so.
No.
All you can see is the background to the YouTube video last week. And if you've not watched it, if you want to go on YouTube, Wrestling Fellas 5350, go and hit the like button, the subscribe button, hit the notification bell, leave us a comment to let us know all your thoughts on that video. Thank you very much. Yeah. Anyway, Paul came out. The only decent thing that actually came out of it, Bleacher Report gave it a B. I've not watched the full segment. I watched what actually Logan Paul said and was like, that your girl over there, and pointed at Samantha Irvine because obviously he's engaged to Samantha, the ring announcer. He said it'd be amazing but when your girl says the winner of the match, Logan Paul, and then Ricochet super kicks him. The two brawled, and then Paul nailed Ricochet with a big right hand as he flew off the top rope. And then it ended with a YouTube selfie. A selfie for his Instagram. Yeah, that was it. That was all that was interesting. And then you had Ludwig Kaiser versus Matt Riddle. Matt Riddle lost. Ludwig Kaiser won clean. There was no shenanigans. There was no Imperium getting involved. Ludwig Kaiser won clean.
I believe Matt Riddle's been revealing himself online again this week.
God's sake, I told him I won't spread them pictures again. He keeps sending to me, and I want money. I want clout. I mean,
all I know is I went on on X, and he was trending. So I tapped to see why Matt Riddle was trending midweek. Like, was he on NXT or something? And the first X or tweet, whatever we'll call it nowadays, was, why is Matt Riddle's arsehole all over my Twitter feed? That was enough for Twitter that day.
Oh, I don't blame it. Yeah, Riddle, Kaiser won. It was a very good match, to be fair. Apparently, Bleacher Report gave it a B+. In the report, remember when Gunther was beating up Kaiser last year whenever we'd lose and then just stop for some reason? It feels like that kind of treatment might return soon. I'm guessing that was to Vinci. Because he's a shit. He doesn't really.
It's rumours he's getting removed. We talked about it last week, didn't we?
Yeah.
That's still heavy that he's going to be removed from Beardy Arm.
They need someone to come in now. I don't think it'll be Dragunov though. Which we'll get into NXT in a minute because it was very good. And I've just realised that it was supposed to come before Raw, but I forgot. There was no moment when Kaiser may have caught a punch a little harder than intended, but he recovered quickly and kept going like a pro. And Kaiser's jumping Enziguri was awesome, apparently, according to Bleacher Report. Thank you, Bleacher Report. Then you had the match of the night, Maxine Dupree versus Valhalla. Match of the night. I watched this match because it was on YouTube and it only lasted about 4 minutes and it was quality because Maxine Dupree is amazing. We really didn't get anything last week with Maxine and from the Viking match. What was it called? What's the match called? The Viking match. Viking Rules match. fucking the most obvious name in the world. Don't know why I didn't think of it. Maxine did a couple of suplexes. She did a couple of backbreakers. She looked really good. Just as she's coming on in the ring. I'm not saying she's the next Charlotte Flair, Bianca Belair, or anyone like that, but she's
Ronda Rousey
doing better. She's fucking better than Ronda Rousey right now. So is Valhalla. Maxine Dupree went for a pin. Ivar or Eric, whichever one it was, pulled him out. Otis went to go and attack both Viking Raiders, and then Gable did a moonsault off the top rope. And Valhalla was distracted. Maxine Dupree hit, I think it was with a rolling bridge for the 3 count, and ended it. Done and dusted. There was a music video package for Lesnar and Rhodes, which was a little unusual, Bleacher Reporter, but yeah, that was it on that match. I thought there was more, but there wasn't. As you might have just noticed, I have now got different headphones. For fuck's sake, I can't speak. Fucking bastards run out. Don't get AirPods. I'm changing for my phone. That's when I get me upgrade. Shit. Yeah, I think we're getting heel Shinsuke. Tomas, in the match, Shinsuke won by roll up and clutching at the tights. He got a big handful of the tights and he walked away laughing. I think it's probably a way to get Tommaso, even though the fans love him anyway, as a babyface and Shinsuke as a heel kind of thing. The match was really good. Apparently, according to Bleacher Report, B+. Yeah, we had Gunther versus Chad Gable. Apparently, he was really good at B+. Chad Gable apparently came, from what I read, came out of the match and there was applause backstage when he walked backstage.
He beat him. So there was 2 matches. He beat him. There was a 5-minute match and Chad Gable beat him in the 5 minutes.
Oh yeah, it says Chad Gable and then Gunther.
And then Gunther spat his dummy out on what a normal match, and then Gunther beat him in that match.
Yeah, and then Chad backstage turned around and said, "Well, after SummerSlam, I'll be waiting for you, Gunther."
So we're waiting for Drew McIntyre on the title then.
Yeah. We also had Rhodes getting beat down by Brock Lesnar after they just shook hands.
Shock.
Yeah. Becky versus Trish. Raw's lackluster. Raw's starting to get a bit boring again. It was great at one point, and now it's starting to get boring.
Yeah.
The main parts that are really good are Judgment Day. Anything to do with Judgment Day and Seth. Even I'm getting a bit bored of Sami Zayn. As much as it hurts me to say it, but they're not doing anything with him. I know he's in a tag team and Kevin Owens is injured, but that tag team's getting stale and boring quickly.
But the tag team division's stale and boring.
No, I know, and that's because they're not split the titles up. But we've said this, and we say this every week. But yeah, it looks like we're getting Rhea and Raquel at one point as well for the women's title, because Raquel came out and attacked Rhea. And then we had Seth Rollins and Sami Zayn versus Dirty Dom and was it Dirty Dom?
Senor Money in the Bank.
Yeah. Apparently it was a B+, and it was a good match. I need to go and watch Raw. I didn't watch it, I'm not going to lie. Like I said, I kind of watched the highlights, and that was it.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't watched it. Like I said, I watched the Cody Rhodes documentary instead.
Yeah, a dead quick, we'll go over NXT. We're not going much into it, because obviously you don't watch NXT. The family defeated Gala, so we have new NXT Tag Team Champions. A very good match for Tony D'Angelo. I just hope when they go into the main roster, the titles are split up, so they've got actually something to go for. Gallus, I hope, will stay on NXT with the tag titles.
I think so, because they've only just got Thingy there, haven't they? Whatever reason.
Joe Coffey.
Yeah, Joe Coffey.
Roxanne Perez defeated Blair Davenport in a Weapons Wow match. A very good match again, considering everyone thought Roxanne and Blair was just going to be a boring kendo stick match. It was actually a fucking good match, to be fair to them. They used everything rather than just kendo sticks. They used Roxanne actually put Blair through a table with a diving splash. Gable Stevenson versus Baron Corbin in a double count out. Thank God. I was so worried Gable Stevenson was going to beat Baron Corbin on his return into being. He's got a new theme, Burning Ships it's called. Don't know who sings it, because I really want to listen to it on Spotify because it's sick. And I like the way he looks. I wish he'd get the long hair back though.
I don't think he can.
No. But yeah,
Burning ships, might be saying.
I've looked on Spotify. I don't know who it is, but I was looking online to find out who it is. I just think it's, I don't know. Then you had Dirty Dom defeated Wesley and Mustafa Ali for the NXT North American Championship. A very good match by all three. Rhea did a job well, obviously, as usual. Tiffany Stratton defeated Taya Hale by technical submission in a submission match for the NXT Women's Championship. Another good match. It's Tiffany's. They're trying to make Tiffany into the next Mandy Rose. It ain't gonna work because Mandy Rose is Mandy Rose. But Taya Hale's got a bright future ahead of her. She's really good. Facial expressions are hilarious. And then you had Carmelo Hayes versus Ilya Dragunov. Again, absolute quality. Both of them are mint. Trick Williams at ringside didn't get involved either in the match. Just let them two go at it. It was mint. I think we're going to get Ilya on the main roster very soon. But Carmelo Hayes put a very good showing out as well. So NXT was really good this week. I highly recommend going to watch it if you get a spare 2 hours.
I'll probably make the list this week while I'm working.
You just made the list.
You just made the list. Yeah,
You
it's probably going to be on the list of stuff to watch this week.
I've got a pen as well.
And I'm not being really rude and looking at my phone.
I know.
Find the answer to his burning ships.
So SummerSlam. We got SummerSlam this weekend. We're going to do the tier list at the end. We're going to run through it there quick, so we're not on it for ages. Prediction time. Let me get my phone. I've had it on charge. So we have Trish. So Trish and Becky isn't happening at SummerSlam. It's going to happen in 2 weeks. Winnipeg, obviously in Canada for Trish Stratus. But we'll start off with the World Heavyweight Championship. We have Seth Rollins versus Finn Balor, a match I'm really looking forward to. Like I said, it was one of the matches I'm looking forward to. Who have you got and why?
Oh, you get. Why did you start with this one?
Top of the list.
Bastard. I think I'm gonna go Seth.
Seth?
Yeah, but then again, I'm in that frame of mind where we know Seth's injured. So, yeah, I'm sticking with Seth. Stay with Seth.
I've gone Finn.
Thank God you've gone elsewhere than me then, because it'd be very boring if we didn't have these.
I've gone Finn. Seth's injured. He's filming. I don't know if he's still filming Captain America, but I know apparently he's filming something else. I don't know what he's filming. And it's the whole Universal Championship thing. Let's just hope he doesn't get injured again. The match everyone's looking forward to, the third match of the series, Cody Rhodes versus Brock Lesnar. It is a one-on-one match. It's not a special kind of match, which everyone thought we would get a stipulation we've not seen in a while, which I was hoping for a 3 stages of hell match, because we've not seen one in time. I just watched No Way Out 2001, and I really wanted one. Who you got? I'll go first on this one. I got Cody Rhodes.
Yeah, I know Cody Rhodes because of the rumour that's floating around.
Oh, why?
Mr. Wyatt's returning.
Oh, right, yeah.
And start programming with him.
Yeah. Perfect. And here, put your name as Josh then. Don't know why. Logan Paul and Ricochet. Who have you got and why?
I'm going to go Logan Paul. Because he's not won yet, and if Ricochet beats him, as much as I love Ricochet, I just think it just makes Logan Paul coming out pointless if he doesn't get a win at some point soon.
Yeah. You know what'll happen next week on Raw? No, remember Ricochet beat Logan Paul. Because they don't know what to do with Ricochet. Ronda Rousey versus Shayna Baszler in an NMA rules match. A.K.A. WWE's version of an NMA rules match.
Do you reckon this is going to be the Brawl for All sort of style match?
Imagine. I hope we get the music, because the music was sick.
If it's that sort of thing, then obviously Ron's going to fucking murder it if it's a real one. No, Shayna Baszler, because it makes more point for the storylines, because Ronda's going as Brawl.
Yeah.
Meant to be believing.
In a bit.
Yes.
Don't let it hit you on the way out.
Don't let it hit you with a good or split you.
Honey. SmackDown Women's title, Bianca Belair versus Charlotte Flair versus Asuka.
I'm going Asuka.
Yeah, I've got Asuka.
Because I want Asuka EO.
Yeah, same. And then we've got the Intercontinental Championship between Gunther and Drew McIntyre. That was my Scottish accent. If you all hate it, I don't care.
I'm going with Drew McIntyre.
Me too. I
This is
think
really
we've only
interesting
got
prediction.
one match that we've. Well. Now we've got the tribal. Oh no, we haven't. We've got the SummerSlam Battle Royal. Do not ask me what you get at the end of the Battle Royal. They've not said.
Right.
But at
LA
the moment,
Knight.
LA Knight, Sheamus, Tommaso Ciampa, Shinsuke Nakamura, Otis, and Chad Gable have all been announced.
Ooh. I'm going to go LA Knight. Yeah.
Yeah, me too. And then the tribal combat for the undisputed WWE Universal Championship and recognition of tribal chief Roman Reigns with Paul Heyman and Solo Sikoa versus Jey Uso. Who are you going for and why?
Jey Uso, because he's the real tribal chief.
This is where I'm torn, and not because I like Roman. It's because of what I think the story is going to go forward. I think it's Solo that's going to do it. I think this.
Yeah, but what if there's something throw span into the works? What if this is the point where Solo turns on him?
So this is what I'm saying. No, this is what
the
I'm saying.
The storyline right now has been so driven about Roman tearing his family apart, Solo's family, because Solo made that comment. What if this is the point where he's the one that turns on Roman and costs Roman the match?
So I've got him turning on him on SummerSlam, but I've not got it in the match. I've got it like Sami Zayn. Roman wins because of Solo. At the end of the match, Roman wants Solo to use a chair and absolutely demolish Jey Uso and Jimmy, because Jimmy will probably come out at some point. Beat down Jey.
Tishi.
No. Beat down Jey. And then says, I want you to do it. And Solo doesn't, and Roman starts threatening him.
I'm thinking more lines where the ref's down and Roman's like calling Solo into the ring.
I'm going Roman Reigns. Just, I think there's another level to this yet. I don't think it's Jey. I think it's Solo.
No, I think Jay's winning it, mate.
I think better, not better.
In a mindset, mate, is they run a very potential of killing a very interesting angle off by making it run too long here.
It's been running for too long anyway.
It's been running, but there's been points now where it's kept in. So when it's running for long enough, Sami Zayn got put into that, give it a new level. Then Sami Zayn turned that, give it a new level. Jimmy turned, that's give it a little bit release now. I think now if they just, I think if
there's one more person left in this family that's not turned on him, and I think they'll do it after the match and give him the title. That's why I think I'm going Roman.
My issue there is as much as he's
and
great,
it's my issue as well, because I think I know what you're going to say. But go on.
He's not earned the right to have that title yet.
Oh right, no, that's not
Jay
right.
has.
Jay's what happens with Paul Heyman.
Oh, I told you where he's going, mate. I'm telling you.
Because because Solo can't speak on the mic.
Maybe that's it. I don't know, but I feel
Wiseman.
I don't think Solo's ready. I think Jay deserves the title before Solo does. I
agree. No, I'm not saying that, but I just think there's one more little level left to this yet, and I think it's Solo. I think he's the level. I think that's who will do it too.
I'm thinking potentially, obviously, because Roman's obviously been linked for a while. Roman's got some time off. Is he going to take his time off and come back with a new bloodline?
Because he's going to be at the Indian Showdown thing. He's on the poster. He's on the front of it. And then Payback's a week after.
For argument's sake, just because I'm a cynical like this, Cody Rhodes was on the Clash of the Castle poster.
Yeah, but
they removed him.
He's not injured. Roman's not injured.
I don't know. I'm backing Jay, mate. For me, I think it's the.
I want
next part
Jay.
of the story.
I want Jay. I've just got a weird feeling they're going to just give it one more thing with Solo after what's happened these past 3 years, and they're going to give it to Drew. They're going to give it to Sammy. They're going to give it to Kevin. They're going to give it to Rip Golder. Now we're saying it about Jay after the last man Solo. He's the last man standing in that family, in that bloodline. That's me thinking behind it. That's all. So in the battle royal, you had LA Knight, yeah. Yeah. See how I did that? Yeah. Cool.
Yeah.
I'm not looking forward to SummerSlam. It's probably the first SummerSlam in a while I've not look forward to be quite honest with you.
I'm on.
The build up's been shit.
I'm on an all-in hype right now.
I'm not even on an all-in hype. I'm not even excited for all-in.
See, I am because I got a week off work as well beforehand. So, excuse me.
No, me too.
Where this weekend will be 2 weeks, 3 weeks till all-in weekend. If you include, well, there's 2 weeks between it, so yeah, 3 weeks to all-in. So I'm in all-in mode, mate. I just barring the tribal chief match, it's the only one I'm really looking forward to.
Seth and Finn.
It has potential, but I don't know.
That surprised me, that.
Yeah, I know. I'll be honest, mate. I'm not really enjoying the stuff right now. Money Bank was good and stuff.
That surprised me just because I know how much you like Finn.
And I like Seth. I know, but it's one of them ones. Is Judgment Day's gonna get it. It's very predictable right now. It's probably the right way to describe WWE. It's very predictable. Judgment Day's gonna get involved in some shape or form, whether that's Finn winning and Damien cashing and Damien winning, or Rhea getting involved in. There's gonna be some sort of involvement in there. I think it's very predictable. Like we just said, the main roster, the main event. Sikoa's going to get involved somehow, some shape or form, something to do with Sikoa. Cody and Brock Lesnar, blatantly obvious Cody's going to win. It's just too predictable right now. And do you know what? It might be just because we have so much fucking pay-per-views and of WWE and everything right now. I don't know. But then again, I'm going to watch All In, so that adds the little...
I mean, if they announce matches for All In, I'd be excited. They've not announced anything, so I'm not excited for it. I need to know what the card is for me to get excited.
This is why I'm hyped, because we've got 3 weeks. And we have 6 shows. 3 shows a week. That's 9 shows. We have 9 shows to build storylines on.
But yeah, if this was WWE, we'd be complaining. Anyway, no, I'm joking.
No, but the difference, if you look at the match card right now, so let's go on the comparison, because you're not the only one I've seen online saying, well, we haven't got a match card for All In. Oh, WWE event, if you look at the match card for SummerSlam, like we'll work through them. Cody and Brock Lesnar's been going on since Monday Night Raw after WrestleMania.
Mm-hmm.
Finn and Seth's been going on for years.
Well, I don't know.
In theory, on and off. The Bloodline story's been going on now for 2 years, 3 years.
2020.
What else have we got there?
Gunther Drew.
Gunther Drew's back and forth. WrestleMania. So that's over a year.
Charlotte, Bianca.
Oh, not a year, so a couple of months. Asuka, Charlotte, Bianca, God knows how long that's been going on for.
Ricochet, Logan.
That's new-ish, couple of weeks. Well, no, Royal Rumble, that really started. You could argue Royal Rumble, that started, but more forefront of Money in the Bank. But the majority of them storylines have been running for so long. And I'll take one for a prime example. I know it's not on the SummerSlam card, it's been pulled, but the Becky Trish one, we've both openly admitted to how bored we are with that. Yeah, and I think that's where maybe it is, because I'm one of the sitting that's I'm quite happy that I don't know the card yet for All In. It's making me want to watch Dynamite. Yeah, Dynamite and the other two. You know what I mean?
I will watch Collision more than Dynamite, mate, at the moment.
So I think
Collision's got more going on.
I think Dynamite's where we want to get the storylines come through. I think
I
Collision's
agree.
gonna have.
Just wrestling wise, I just prefer to watch Collision at the moment.
But I will tune in now to Dynamite. Zoe has openly said, and I've said this before, Zoe is what I would class as a part-time viewer. She wants to watch Dynamite and AEW from now till All In, so she knows what's happening. I don't know. I'm just not feeling SummerSlam, and like I say, it's because I'm going to All In. I think that's what's probably helping me get more excited about All In because I'm going. SummerSlam's this weekend. That's our predictions. Obviously, you heard what we thought of it. We're not looking forward to it much. Next week, though, we will have a return of the tier system that we did with the AEW of the SummerSlams.
And it will be right.
Yeah, it will be right. We were going to have this.
I've just had a cock up. That's all. Yeah. On SummerSlam though, we did say Backlash. We wasn't looking forward to it, and it was very good.
Yeah, well, that's it. We have.
So
I think if we go in with low expectations with most things, and if you get some good matches, you come out on the other side of it, enjoying it. So fingers crossed, it is a good one. And obviously we've got the rest of the normal weekly programming. Point from recording, we have SmackDown on Friday. What do we do?
NXT tonight.
NXT tonight.
Dynamite.
SmackDown on Friday. Then AEW, we've got Dynamite, Rampage, and Collision. Collision goes up against SummerSlam, doesn't it?
Yes.
You might move it again. You did that last time. So we've got some shows going on. I've just had a brainwave.
All right.
Collision's going to be pre-recorded the weekend of All In. Because they're over here on the Saturday.
Oh, yeah. It'll be pre-recorded over in the States.
Yep. News. But yeah. But as we've touched on a couple of times in the pod, follow us on all our social media. So if you're watching this video, obviously you're on YouTube and you found us already. If you haven't subscribed to it, why? That's rude. Please leave us a comment, hit the bell, like it. If you listen to us on Spotify or Apple or wherever it is you're getting your content from, like us on there as well. Subscribe to us on there. But then again, go across the YouTube channel and do the same. Then you've got the TikTok, which is Wrestling Fellas Pod. No help this week. Ready? Instagram is Wrestling_Fellas Pod. Facebook is Wrestling Fellas. Twitter is Wrestling Fellas. That's a lot, isn't it?
You've done it, yeah?
No prompts, and I'm not having to use my phone. Woo! Yeah. And like I mentioned earlier on the video, I will be doing the All Elite crate opening and beginning on the TikTok. So if you want to see what was in the t-shirt wise in the All Elite crate this week, head over to the TikTok page. Matt might make it into a short and put it on the YouTube channel. I don't know. It's up to Matt. He's the YouTube guy.
I'm not the Taylor's guy, obviously.
Have we got a Matt Plays?
Yes, we've got one coming out. What day are we on? Tuesday. We've got one coming tomorrow. We're playing AEW Revolution, and then we're on the road to... Can't remember. We've also got 2K. We played with Bray Wyatt. Played with all the DLC content that came out. So we've got that coming out at the end of the week as well. So yeah, we've got videos coming out. By the time this goes out, the Matt Plays the AEW that'll be out already anyway. But I've got episodes recorded, so aren't edited. They're just waiting to go out. So
cool stuff.
I'm ahead of things today.
Until next time, mate. Catch you later.
Cheers. I think.